So let's see if I can do this. It's to officially open the games of the first Innovator Series, officially open. So let the games begin. Over to you, sir.
The hashtag for today's event is Open Innovation Challenge, which is why we're here to do what we're going to do today. We did the Open Innovation Challenge asking individuals and teams to submit their plans, their projects that would fit into the framework of what would make us a smart community. Smart technologically and ideologically and through innovation. So this has all been brought down to 5 key areas, and it's within that framework that these presentations are being done to identify one, any, or all of the 5 priority areas, which are transportation and mobility, economic resilience, environmental health, housing and affordability, and human health. We opened up the challenge and we thought this will be great. We'll get 15 or 20 really cool ideas. We'll percolate them down into 10 finalists. We got 69 submissions from this community. A lot of very clever people out there with a lot of really great ideas. The first presentation is Elder Connect Wellness Navigation System.
Elder Connect, what is it? Well, it's for you and me and everyone we know, because we are all aging. Elder Connect will make navigating the journey of aging easier, whether you're looking for information and resources for yourself or to help a friend or a loved one from 1,000 miles away. Elder Connect is the tool to help us all take control of our aging journey. Because remember, aging is mandatory, but growing old and frail is not. Thank you.
We all have grandparents or parents who are just iPad wizards, but generally they're not the digital natives. So have you looked into how that adoption would occur?
Local community resource and service providers can open their door and show people what is out there for them. So those face-to-face community initiatives, as well as those community wellness committees, help those technology-shy seniors get there. But we know we're moving into a world that will be technology-reliant seniors, so we're trying to build something for now and the future.
The next one up is called Green City Initiative, leveraging analytics to drive a green city.
Yes, so what our idea is a jump start for municipalities and communities that have targeted programs and priorities related to a green city initiative so that they can immediately begin to use the data that is available and they can generate analytics very quickly. From our proof of concept, we've developed calculations or algorithms that will already take the types of data necessary to look at a paperless community, to look at how you can reduce waste and increase recycling, how you can optimize affordable housing, how you can optimize transportation to services, and how you can project to see where the revenues can be readjusted in an organization or a community or a municipality in order to use that.
This one is called NALPAL. It is notification for naloxone volunteers, and Derek Jacobi.
So I'm going to tell you today how to save lives with your cell phone. So the way all this works is that I've got an app on my phone and I might need an emergency kit. Somebody might be having an overdose next to me here. Or maybe I've taken some drugs and I'm just feeling like I might have taken too much. So I can send a customized message to my friends by pressing the sender button. But if I come in and see somebody down, I'm just going to set, you hit me an emergency kit. And that's going to send out a message. And anybody around who has a naloxone kit sees this. It pops up on their phone and go, yes, I'm on my way. I can respond.
How long do we have between when someone feeling an overdose coming on and death?
That's the really scary part about this, is that almost invariably our partner organizations told us that it would not be the person who was overdosing that would be calling, that you could just go down too quickly. It's going to be somebody who walks in and finds them. And so that's one of the reasons we introduced that second option of, oh, I might have taken too much, contact my friends and see if somebody can come sit with me.
Number 4 is AIM, A-I-M, providing equality and access to all.
Our digital platform AIM, which meets all 5 themes, will allow anyone, regardless of disability type or accessibility need, to be where they want to go, to locate and find these access points.
So I work in post-secondary. Budgets are always tight. What does a robot cost?
Depends on the robot. I mean, if you want a tabletop, $1,000. These can be $3,000 to $5,000. If there's 20 classes in a week, it would be $4,000 revenue you'd have coming in one term alone. It would pay for the bot in one term. This event is actually a face-to-face event. So Halima is in Vancouver right now, but if she was here in Victoria, and many other people may not be able to be here. I think we need to address that.
Thank you very much. Thanks, bye. And now number 5. This is harvesting abundance in the urban orchard.
We have a really productive region that produces hundreds of thousands of pounds of fruit every year. Now, a lot of this fruit is currently going to waste and falling in people's backyards and rotting. So what we're proposing is building a gleaning hub. So the gleaning hub is an online portal that connects homeowners, volunteers, and the people within our project to be able to more efficiently harvest the urban orchard, as well as care for all of the trees that exist in our region.
The thing that was always questioning me was that time period. Like, you're so tight on the volunteer side. Mm-hmm. How does this solution address that problem?
It allows us to really collect a lot of information and to better understand the trees in the orchard and to know when they're coming ripe and which ones come kind of one after the next. And we do have okay understanding. The golden plums come, and then we get figs, and then we start getting early season apples and pears and later season apples and other kinds of plums. But this gleaning hub will allow us to really collect a lot more data and to be able to more efficiently use that data.
This is number 6, if you're counting. We're more than halfway there now. It's called Kaboost, an out-of-the-box innovation, and Simon Park.
I decided that I would think outside of the box and invent something that would be more sustainable than a car, more flexible than the bus, and better than an electric bicycle. I wanted to make riding your bicycle the smartest way to commute within our city. Here's what I did. I took the bicycle and the battery and the motor, and instead of putting the battery and the motor onto the bike, I put it off it behind it onto a small trailer. I call it the Kaboost. When we used to think about the future of transportation, we would think of flying cars, hoverboards, or maybe teleportation. What if it's been the bicycle all along? Not reinvented, but reimagined. So please, think outside the bike with me. Let's make the Kaboost a reality. Thank you so much.
Now, one question I have, it's around maneuverability. Does that have an impact on how you drive? Is it more difficult? Do you need to learn it?
I've been using this for about a year. Honestly, when you're I think you've maybe seen before as we were kind of setting this up, when you're in really tight spaces, it is a little bit awkward, just like backing up a car with a trailer on it. But when you're on the road, I mean, it makes no difference, really.
Number 7 is LAVA, L-A-V-A, Leisure Access Victoria app.
The LAVA project, the Leisure Access Victoria app, is a response to the information that people are generally shying away from accessing a rec site because they're afraid that it will be an exercise in frustration around access. In the last 12 months, we've begun rendering information about 34 recreation facilities in a user-friendly and accessible format so that people with disabilities may choose a facility based on their needs, thus increasing the likelihood of a positive and successful first experience.
People with disabilities comprise about 1 in 6, 1 in 7 people in our community. By 2020, the Rick Hansen Institute says that will be 1 in 5. So we're really trying to, through this app, provide information to get people more active so they can have that sense of belonging with their community. They can develop skills, improve their self-esteem, self-worth, all things that are well documented through research about the benefits of leisure and recreation.
Number 8 is South Island Food Processing and Distribution Facility.
My business partner and I are hoping to build one of the first of its kind South Island fruit and vegetable processing facilities. I've been talking to numerous farmers over the last few years, and this is a problem that every single one of them have. Hundreds of thousands of pounds of product are going wasted each season. By taking the same squash and processing it with a commercial spiralizer, that produce can now sell for over $6 per pound, an increase of over $4 for the exact same product.
Do you envision that to be a co-op, or what's the ownership idea?
No, it's not a co-op. We're going to be operating this as a private business, but the reason we've decided to make it into different tiered service models is that it allows farmers not to change their business model.
Number 9 is Victoria Carpool Program.
We've created an innovative solution to get people to and from work by combining carpooling and car sharing, and it's also complementary to transit. Motor vehicles would be used part of the day for carpooling and rest of the time for car sharing. So how is this better? Reduce traffic, an affordable alternative to vehicle ownership, more chances to find parking when you need it, and more trips by foot, bike, and transit.
Is it like a co-op system, and then can I have access to the platform without being a member? Can you just clarify that a little bit for me?
So it's something that works in conjunction with car sharing and the member-based organization, the cooperative that we operate today. So it's an adjacency. It will be available for people that are commuting, to and from work. The innovation here, and nobody else in the world is doing this, is that we will use the cars nearly all the time. So, during 2 periods of the day, let's call those 2-hour windows, they'll be reserved for carpooling, and the rest of the time they'll revert to car sharing for all the Moto members.
And the final presentation today is HomePod, Personal Mobile Homeless Shelter.
I introduced the HomePod, a personal mobile homeless shelter, a small home or capsule, as the dictionary would call it. This non-existent technology is meant to shelter you and literally get you off the ground and stop the search for a place to sleep. It can fit through any 32-inch door and can be used as a cot at any sponsored shelters and allows a secure place for your belongings.
Where do you think your trialing would be? Have you thought about how you might do that?
Once I get the proper prototypes, I would love to take it downtown, just on the spur of the moment, take my partner with me, my business partner, and just walk downtown and see how people react to it. And then start a conversation and say, what do you think? What do you think? How is this going to improve a homeless person's life?
Economic development wasn't really in the lexicon of this community for a long time because there was no collective organization representing regional economic development. And that's why it was important to create the South Island Prosperity Project. To tell you a little bit more about that briefly is the CEO of the South Island Prosperity Project, Emily DeRosenroll.
A smart city uses technology and data to improve livabilities and opportunities for the city and its people. But what does that really actually mean to us? Well, I think if you're in this room, you know that cities aren't smart because they serve technology. Technology is smart because it serves the needs of people. So smart cities is, I think, a newer and better way of looking at economic development. This isn't the last time you'll be hearing about smart cities in the South Island. No, in fact, next year we're going to host our first Future Innovator Challenge, starting off in September. We're going to be focused on post-secondaries and also high school students and get some really good inspiration about what's happening there. Every other year, we're going to host another of these mainstream open innovation challenges as well. So get ready, start preparing your submissions now in your mind. We're going to be ready for you. I can't even imagine what it will be like in 2 more years. And finally, we're working on the region's bid for a Canada-wide Smart City Challenge, where communities across Canada are competing to bring $5, $10, or $50 million, if you're really large, prizes into their communities. So we're taking some of these ideas forward, and we're also putting forward this proposal to look at how do we solve transportation and mobility challenges, which we all know have a very profound impact on affordability, economics, business, and social inclusion. So the first round closes in April, and we hope you'll stay tuned and find out if we're shortlisted. We hope you'll root for us. Everyone's got the hashtag Smart South Island. Please use that. And you can help us by staying informed, staying engaged, staying smart, like you all are. And of course, the door is always open. If you would like to get even more involved and roll up your sleeves, we would welcome that as well. Thank you.
Now, but I will be telling you right now who the 3 finalists are for this event. One of the 3 is Harvesting Abundance in the Urban Orchard, the Life Cycles Project Society. Come on over. The very simple question is, how does it feel to win this, and what's it mean to you?
Oh, it's really exciting. It's great for life cycles. It's going to be really great for this project. It means that we can really focus on doing what we say we're going to do, and we're really excited. I'm kind of speechless.
Winner number 2, in no particular order, all of this today, the Caboose, Simon Park.
This is incredible. I couldn't have dreamed for this, and I know it's me standing up here, but there's so many people. Some of you were in the stream, some of you couldn't make it, but it wasn't me just working on this. There's so much support out there, and earlier today I promised that I would make commuting accessible and make riding your bike the smartest way to commute, and I'm going to deliver on that promise. So thank you so much. This is incredible.
The third winner of the $15,000 cash prize is NALPAL, notification for naloxone volunteers.
We're going to be able to take this into the community and get it started, and within months, we'll have a cell phone app there that's really affecting people's lives and saving lives.
This day has been impressive in so many ways. The fact that so many of you did show up on a beautiful sunny day in the springtime in South Vancouver Island, the amount of traction this has received with the 69 projects that were applied to this, and then for the 10 finalists, you all have so much to be proud of. All of that framework is in place as we get a larger and larger understanding of what it means to be a smart community, to be a smart city, to be a smart Greater Victoria area. We encourage you to keep in touch with the South Island Prosperity Project and the Smart South Island Project as it moves forward. Thank you all once again for being here today. Please feel free to mingle and chat with everybody who's here about the great successes we saw today. Thank you all once again. We appreciate it. Thank you to our panel of judges, to our sponsors, and mostly to you. Thank you all.